Hey, what's up YouTube? Clash Clans 101 here, and today I'm going to be showing you the Realm of Light monster cards. So, this structured deck is really good. It has a ton of monsters, and it's also good for getting out synchros. It has 4 tuners that come with it, and so, as I said in my other video, I played with this for quite a bit of time, and I have only lost twice. So it is really good for defeating your opponents. So here we go. Vylon Prism, level 4, Thunder Tuner. If this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can pay 500 life points and target one face-up monster you control. Equip this card to that target. If the equipped monster attacks or is attacked, it gains a 1000 attack during damage step only. The Fable Kerbal, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. It's a level 2 beast tuner. If this card is discarded to the graveyard, special summon it, which is also good with all the Light Swarm effects that most of them tribute from the deck to the graveyard, so he's really easy to get out. Fable Raven is a Fiend Tuner level 2. Once per turn you can discard any number of cards, and if you do, this card gains 1 level and 400 attack for each card discarded until the end of next turn. This one, Raiden Hand of Lightswarm. It's a Warrior Tuner. During your main phase, you can send the top 2 cards from your deck to the graveyard. Then if any Light Swarms were sent to the graveyard by this effect, it gains 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. You can only use the effect of Raiden Hand of Light Swarm once per turn. During your end phase, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. See, so Light Swarms, they discard from the graveyard to the deck, which also works really well with a bunch of these cards' effects. Lila Light Swarms, Sorceress. You can target one spell or trap card your opponent controls. This card's battle position can't be changed until the end of your next turn. Also, change this card into face-up attack position to face-up defense position. If you do, destroy that target. During your end phase, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. You actually get 3 of those in this deck, which is really good because your opponent usually has a bunch of spells and traps. Minerva Lightswarm Maiden. It's a spellcaster tuner. When this card is normal summon, you can add 1 light dragon monster from your deck to the graveyard, from your deck to your hand, whose level is less or equal to the number of Lightswarm monsters with different names in your graveyard. If this card is sent from your hand to the deck or deck to the graveyard, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. And each turn, send the top 2 cards from your deck to the graveyard. Wolf Lightswarm Beast. He's a Beast Warrior effect, level 4. Can't be normal summoned. Must be special summoned by a card effect, and can't be special summoned any other way. If this card is sent from your deck to the graveyard, special summon it. Garoth Lightswarm Warrior. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing these. It's a level 4 light warrior effect monster. Each time a card is sent from the deck to the graveyard by a card effect of a Lightswarm monster you control, except Garoth Lightswarm monster, you send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard and draw 1 of each Lightswarm sent to the graveyard by this effect. Garganeth Lightswarm Dragon. This card gains 300 attack and defense for each Lightswarm monster with a different name in the graveyard. If this card attacks a defense position, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. During each of your end phases, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So this is really good. You want to have at least 1 of each Lightswarm because you can use him and he can get up to 5,000 attack. He's insane with those. Celestia Lightswarm Angel, a level 6 fairy effect, so you're going to have to tribute 1 monster for her. When this is tribute summoned by this card by tributing a Lightsworn monster. You can send the top 4 cards of your deck to the graveyard and target up to 2 cards your opponent controls. Destroy those targets. So another, you have to destroy, but you can destroy monsters. Ihirin, Lightsworn Monk. It's a level 4 warrior effect. If this card attacks a defense position monster before damage calculation, shuffle that monster into the deck. During each of your end phases, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So she's really good. You can add some cards back to your opponent's deck. Lumia Lightsworn Summoner. She's a spellcaster effect, level 3. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 level 4 or lower Lightsworn monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. During each of your end phases, send the top 3 cards of your deck to your graveyard. So you actually get 2 of those. She's also really good. Now this guy is my favorite because of his effect. Arceus Lightsworn Druid. He's a Beast Warrior effect, level 3. Neither player can target Lightsworn monsters anywhere with card effects. During each of your end phases, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So this is really good. They can't play traps, they can't play spells, they can't play any monster effects that target Lightsworns anywhere on the field. So he is insane, especially with Judgment Dragon, which we will get with him soon. Shari Lightsworn Spirit, a fairy effect. This card gains 300 attack for each Lightsworn monster with a different name in the graveyard during your end phase. Send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So it's another like that dragon one, except she only gains attack. Honest. During your main phase, you can return this card from the field to your hand. During either player's damage step, when a light monster you control battles and is sent from the graveyard, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. That monster gains attack equal to the attack of the monster is battling until the end of this turn. Raikou Lightsworn Monster. He is a flip effect. Apply these effects in sequence. You can target 1 card on the field, destroy that target, and then send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So it's another way to destroy monsters on the field. And Joanne Lightsworn Paladin. He's a warrior, level 4 effect. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 300 attack during this damage step only. During each of the end phases, send the top 2 cards of the deck to your graveyard. You get 2 of those. Alexandrite Dragon. He's just a dragon, level 4. No effect, but he has pretty good attack. He has a 2000, so not too bad. Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. If this card is in your graveyard, you can return 1 face-up monster you control to your hand, special summon this card, and if you do, take 400 damage. You can only use this effect once per duel. So he's pretty good. You can return him from the graveyard, so he's not too bad. Necro Guardian, Gardna. During your opponent's turn, you can banish this card from the graveyard and negate the next attack this turn from a monster your opponent controls. This is a quick effect. He's also really good. Now these are the best cards in this deck. Light Ray Diabolos. Can't be normal or set summon. Must be special summon from your hand by having 4 or more light monsters with different names in the graveyard. Once per turn, you can banish 1 light monster in your graveyard, then target 1 set monster or set card your opponent controls, reveal that target, and then place it either on the top or the bottom. So this is really good. You can add, if it's a bad card, you could add it back in the top, but if it's one of their strongest cards, you can add it at the bottom so that they're not going to get it for a while. So he's really good, and you can do that once per turn. Next, Light Ray Dedulos. He's a Sea Serpent, level 8. Can't be a normal summon or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by having 4 or more light monsters in your graveyard, and can't be special summoned by any other way. Once per turn, you can target 1 field spell and 2 other cards on the field and destroy them. This is really good because, once again, it is once per turn, so you can annihilate your opponents, especially if you have 3 of these. If you have 3 of these on the field, you could be destroying up to 9 cards per turn. So he's also really good. Now, the one I saved the best for last, Judgment Dragon. This is the staple of the deck. You have to have him, or else the chances of you winning are really slim. He is OP. There's pretty much no beating it when it comes out. Camping normal set summon must be special summoned from your hand by having 4 or more light storm monsters with different names in the graveyard, and can't be special summoned any other way. You can pay 1,000 life points, destroy all other cards on the field. During your end phase, send the top 4 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Now this guy, he is insanely good. All you have to do is pay 1,000 life points, and you wipe the entire field except him, and then you can just attack your opponent. Once he's out, the chances of your opponent winning get really slim. So you definitely want 2 or 3 of these in your deck. And as of the moment, it's not limited or semi-limited, so you can have up to 3 in there. So definitely get him. He will help you. So that you want him definitely. So thanks for watching. If you guys want me to see me open a pack, you can leave it in the leave it in the comments, and we will try and get it. So thanks. Please leave a like. Please subscribe. Thanks.